Unfuck Yourself is at the core a fun cabaret night out. It's based loosely around the concept of the bystander effect, whereby the more people that witness something terrible, the less people actually intervene. And it also has elements of self help to it. But ultimately, what we want to do is create a really great fun night out with a bit of cabaret, a bit of music, some guest appearances, and also a bit of debate that the audience members can really get their teeth into.
I wrote Unfuck Yourself as an extension of the work that I'd been doing for LGBT icons, writing opinion pieces on, I guess, the political and social climate. Um, it We were doing a bunch of profile pieces celebrating champions of equality, and then kind of diversified into looking at other people from the LGBT scene that were significant in queer history. And we already knew who Kitty Genovese was, but we kind of revisited her story and ultimately her murder.
I think most of us have personal experience of either being bullied or feeling vulnerable in various different situations in life. So I think it has a very wide appeal. I think most people who come to see the show will be able to identify with one or more elements of it. And the best way I think personally to kind of deal with these type of issues and these type of bad memories is to find a way to work through it and laugh about it, and that's what we're trying to do: create something fun and positive from something quite serious.
When I started working in the arts, I used to be quite embarrassed by my love of pop music and pop culture, a little bit ashamed of it. And when people asked me who my favourite musicians were, I was always like, oh, it's Craig Armstrong and it's John Grant and the likes. And now I'm just like, do you know what? Fuck it. It's Kylie Minogue and Madonna, and I love that sort of camp silliness. And actually, there's a lot to be said for the joy that you get out of like just unapologetic, unapologetic pop brilliance. So in terms of the way this show is shaped, there's some really, really serious stuff happening in it, but it's actually wrapped up in a fun night out with great sing-along songs. The drag performances will all be, they'll definitely be challenging, but I think we definitely we're not going to get caught up in any sort of artistic snobbery here. We are going to set out to have a brilliant night out.
If you look at the world that we're living in at the moment and the political climate, now is a very good time to be asking these particular types of questions and really examining how we're working together as human beings and supporting each other.
I'm massively inspired by working with Hans. For anyone who's seen him, I just love the joy that you get in that room. In terms of the drag artists that we're going to engage, again, when we worked with Courtney Act last year, that really raised the bar, realising that you can get drag queens who can sing. The great thing about this project is that it has a lot of interest. We have bookings already, and it doesn't exist. People are really keen to participate in the development of the work, but they're also really keen to give us a platform once it exists to get it out. So we've got some Scottish dates lined up already. My ambition is definitely to take it out on the road with a bunch of the work that we're already producing with Civil Disobedience. If you do want to support the project, there's a bunch of rewards that you can read there down the right hand side of the screen. Some of them are very traditional or standard Indiegogo rewards, where you get the warm fuzzy feeling of supporting an artist or a ticket for the show, a VIP experience, or you can actually charter the entire show for a set fee. Then there's a bunch of like really, I guess, silly rewards that are based on themes in the show. So these range from things like us delivering lip-syncing telegrams in the way that you might use a singing telegram for someone's birthday or to break up with someone, we'll do both. There's also, you can pay us to have an awkward conversation for you. If there's someone who needs to shower a bit more in your office, we'll do that. Or if you want to break up with someone, we'll do that. There's, I think this is unfortunately going to be the most popular one, but you can actually just pay money to slap me in the face if you're based in Edinburgh and you know me. And then there's a bunch of other fun things, like as making you breakfast in bed, or arranging a dinner party for you, and cooking a 3-course meal, vegetarian hopefully. But I will cook meat if it's me. I just won't taste it, so there's a risk there. Apart from that, there's also some very traditional professional business opportunities as well. There's an investment opportunity here where you can buy a percentage share in the royalty pool for the lifetime of the work. Depending on how much you invest, depends on the size of the percentage of the pool, but ultimately it's 40% of the net profits of each performance forms the royalty pool. So you can do that, and there's also sponsorship opportunities here. So if you are actually looking to just invest in a fun project, then please ask us for more information on that.